First player in the bottom right, representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming. He is the red Korean player, the Protoss. It's Zest.
And his opponent in the top left-hand side in the blue, representing South Korea and Good Game Gaming. It is Dream.
Good Game Gaming. I can't say that fast enough.
It's a great name, and the artwork is really good too.
It's cool. I like it actually. It's kind of cutesy, isn't it? Creighton, will you look at the production tab for me, my sir?
Why, gosh, Grant, it looks like a refinery and a barracks and an SCV. Nothing interesting at all there. Dream going for a very, very standard build.
This is ridiculous. Okay, cannon rushes versus Terran are very, very difficult to pull off if your opponent is aware of it. So far, this is completely unscouted. There's been no SCV checking. Finally, he knows. He sees it now. 2 cannons go down. And what is going to be the response? Immediately a pull here onto the high ground pro. And the wall is going to be completed, at least a little bit. The thing for Zest right now is he can't lose this probe. Oh, nice mineral walking there. Still taking no HP damage. But he is kind of backing himself into a corner. Going to take a few more hits. Now down into red health. He needs to buy some time. He does get that high ground pylon up. He does also have vision from the workers on the ramp. But that will die once the Marine comes out. It does look like Zest is going to get some damage done here, but maybe not as much as he wanted. Actually, a pretty good hold so far from Dream. Oh, he doesn't want to lose many more workers though. Oh god,
I don't know about this, Grant. I'm a little bit worried. That Marine took forever to get up there, and there are, of course, those 2 probes up providing high ground vision. With 2 probes, of course, you could buffer one of them on the high ground, and look at Zest's micro here on the ramp. Those probes just parked, giving him high ground vision. I don't know if you can check Zest's vision here, but as those probes are doing their dance, they're going to provide that vision back and forth, and it looks like a little bit of a late pull there for Dream, and he's going to lose this supply depot, which means the probes are safely ferried onto the high ground. This is looking worse and worse for our Terran player, Grant. I don't see a way out of this for Dream now. He's got nothing behind this. 1 Marine, 1 bunker, and 1 probe still alive for Zest here. All Zest has to do is wait for the pylons to finish up, and then he can even go into a robo if he wants it and keep this pressure on.
Yeah,
or Stargate. He can do Void Rays if he wants. Whatever he wants, really.
Yeah.
But Dream is not even rebuilding other barracks. Oh god, he's going to lose the barracks.
He's going to lose the barracks. He can't lose the barracks. Okay, it will be safe. It will be safe. It will be safe. But this is buying time for oh, Marine going down is so big. Every unit is essential. And the cannon now going up on the high ground because of that Marine going down. There's now not enough DPS to cancel all of this. The barracks is forced to take off. Every SCV has to come off the line right now. There's not enough to hold this. Oh my god, ladder's going to be so awful for Terran players.
Filthy rush here. I don't know if it's going to be awful. Like, I don't think the ladder's going to be too much more bad. This is just a really bad hold from Dream, man. Didn't pull any SCVs down to the low ground to stop the cannons from going up. Spotted it late, no second barracks at all. Went for the bunker instead, and now Zest is just completely in control of this game. The bunker under fire from 3 photon cannons, a supply block from Dream preventing him from building anything else. I mean, from bad to worse to just embarrassing. This looks really rough here for Dream. This is a good cannon rush, though, from Zest. Behind this, he's working on his cyber core back home. He's not sending another probe over to keep this pressure on, so it looks like he's just going to be content with what he's got right now, preventing mining, killing off more SCVs, and Dream, again, just supply block to hell.
A 3 photon cannons is the perfect amount. It does plenty of DPS. He'll need to mass repair. He's going to pick up and go elsewhere, but look at the worker count. Zest behind this is getting a cyber core. He isn't committed anymore to this. He sent every worker home. He has no worries in the world, and for Dream to come back from this is going to be extraordinarily difficult. We do see another gateway going down. Stalkers are going to be mass produced to start things off. Zest will throw down a Nexus, I imagine, fairly soon. And what are these SCVs going to do? They have to go down the ramp. That's the only way out of this.
Yeah, and that ramp. Oh boy, this is like an arcade game here. Little tower defense game, but that's painful. So the good news is now for Dream, of course, his main base, naturally, it doesn't have a whole lot going down. He's got the Cyclone out, and he can lock onto these photon cannons and slowly clear things out. But the economy just absolutely destructinated here from Dream, and Zest is going to be able to, I think, pull out of this fairly easily. It would require Zest to sit back on his haunches and wait forever, and give Dream about 3 minutes, no rush, lull. For him to take out this game. I think we're going to be real good here.
Yeah, I mean, Grim Reaper's licking his little English lips right now and just enjoying a good old cannon rush. We do see Dream is desperately trying to get any units he can, but I mean, he probably can't deal with 2 Stalkers. He has a Cyclone. That is it. And Zest is already throwing down that proxy pylon. He is going to be relentless. Any unit that wants to reinforce has to go down the ramp. It is going to take a cannon shot at least and be softened up. Of course, there are no Okay, that makes it a little easier. There are no medevacs to heal any of the Marines or the SCVs that are weaker, and we're going to see 2 Stalkers pop in, and they're going to start getting kills. That's not happening. This is OGRE over.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Shrek is love and Shrek is life, Grant, and that's how you know this game is just completely gone. Again, look at Zest. Even when he's so far ahead, Zest doing such a nice job of. You can see him there rotating the injured Stalker away and moving the healthy Stalker back to put pressure on the Cyclone to save a Stalker that would have otherwise died. I mean, beautifully executed here by Zest. He's got his natural finishing up back home. Twilight Council on the way. There's not even a star report out right now for Dream. He's got nothing. I do like, by the way, Grant, Death Aura LE. For those of you who don't play this a lot and who don't see this, I don't know if you've noticed, but the main bases all have a little gem underneath them. There's a little like pulse crystal underneath every single main base. It's only at the main base. It's not at any other base of the map. It's like the faces on Pillars of Gold, where once you see it, you just never can unsee it. And finally, a little bit late maybe, but GG. And Zest grabs game number 1 with the... Grant, is that the first cannon rush we've seen all IEM Katowice?
That's what I've seen, certainly, because I remember them. I stored them in my little brain for use later as a fairly prolific, retired cannon rusher. I love to watch them. Now I'm an honorable macro Protoss player, but...
Of course.
I once got a Protoss tattoo to celebrate Euthermal cannon rushing Snoot into retirement. And I feel bad because I really like Snoot. He's one of my good friends. But when you see Euthermal off race at Home Story Cup and cannon rush someone to retirement, you kind of have to celebrate. Okay.
It's also that we only have had 1 Protoss player so far in the entire tournament, Grant, which doesn't help.
True. Extraordinarily true.
Well, we're going to load into game 2 here. I wonder what the second map is. Do you know what the maps are, Grant?
It's Romanticide.
Oh, there it is. Romanticide. LE. Excellent. I haven't been following if there's been chatter in our channels or anything. I've just been kind of letting the maps come to me and surprise me.
Yeah, no, we don't get to see them, unfortunately.
A nice big map here in game number 2. What's the over/under on Zest? Grant, what crazy thing will you do if Zest cannon rushes again in game number 2? Is it worth a second tattoo?
No.
Okay.
Definitely not. 1 Protoss tattoo is enough. I don't think a cannon rush will happen here. I imagine we're going to see Zest do another big all-in, probably like a blink all-in, like 4-gate parting-esque blink, something along those lines. Very good on Romanticide because it has that huge main that you can access from so many places. You get 1 sentry for hallucination and Bishbang Bosch. You can get everywhere and cancel stim, and then the game is kind of over again. That would be, if I was a betting man, I would bet on Zest trying something like that. But I honestly don't know. We cannot predict Zest. In his series against Astray, he looked very, very sloppy. He made next to no mistakes in that cannon rush, though. And now he's in a good position to go 1-on-1. He just has to close out this game. And let us get into it, Creighton, because it is time to see if Zest can do just that. And our first player in the top left, representing Good Game Gaming. It's so hard for me to say with a speech impediment. He is the blue Terran player from South Korea, trailing 0-1. It's Dream.
And his opponent, the bottom right-hand side in the red, representing DPG in South Korea. He is Zest. Now, Grant, we should point out, at the end of that game, I see in chat some people are like, oh, Dream's not leaving, so BM, well, why isn't he going? He's definitely over. This is not a ladder game, guys. This is not like you goofing around with your friends, and this is not a $50 tournament, happening over the course of 1 weekend or 1 day or something. This is IEM Katowice, a $250,000 event. Usually what happens is we're going to see a little bit later GGs very often in these games, because if you do lose frankly, a pretty heartbreaking match like that, you're going to take a moment to stop. We saw it yesterday with Time, I think, who had a couple really rough matches and took a few minutes at the end to be like, yes, I'm dead. Yes, I lost, but I'm going to stay in the game and just like sort of breathe, calm myself, get my pulse back down, and recollect myself for game 2, because mental fortitude is just as important as, it's very, very important in the same way that, technical perspicacity is here in these series as well.
The other thing is, you do want to explore every avenue. You can never see the game. We see the game, us and Twitch chat, we see the game for what it is. We see that ribbon at the bottom. We know the work account. And Dream doesn't. He's a very good player. He was aware that he was definitely in a bad spot. But you never know. There's always that chance. We've seen some crazy comebacks in StarCraft. There's 1 in a million games. And maybe, just maybe, it's that game.
It's almost like we've seen one of those 1 in a million games with Maru landing an enormous nuke on
80 supply. He was dead. It happens. These crazy moments happen. Now, Zest is a little bit too relentless with his onslaughts to make this happen. Twilight Council coming out here from Zest. So far, my predictions kind of looking not too bad.
Yeah, so far, Twilight Council looking good for Zest. And I like this. We've seen Zest go Twilight Council in a previous series against Estrella. He loves that blink play. And again, this is something that I think living in Korea and dealing with Creator on the ladder for so long has taught Zest, is that, there's a famous ancient mathematician, I believe it was Aristotle, who said, give me but a lever and a place to stand, and I shall move the world. And I'm pretty sure in Korea that translates directly as, give me some stalkers and a place to blink, and I shall cause GG. So I think that's what Zest is going for here. As Blink starts up, Warp Gate research on the way. Grant, how many gates does he need to make this push happen?
I mean, if he wants to be hyper aggressive, you do go up to 4. That's kind of, I don't want to say all in. It's kind of a strange term to use, but it's certainly the hyper aggressive version. So far, he is only sitting on 1, getting a 2nd. He's getting a Robo as well, so we'll probably see a Prism. It looks like it's probably just going to be 2-gate Robo with a Prism. He may add a 3rd on if he really wants to push it, and it's Zest, so I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, he's adding on 3. It's 4-gate with a Prism. Oh, no, he just cancelled 1, right? Or did it finish? It finished. He is going to 4. Okay. Now, yeah, this is a parting S build. He's going to be very, very aggressive with a bunch of Stalkers. God damn, I predicted this so good, Creighton.
It's almost like you're a professional StarCraft 2 caster and commentator, Grant. It's almost like we know something about this game.
Professional is the stretch.
You're literally getting paid to do something you're a professional. Robo on the way now, Grant, and as you said, Warp Prism should come out immediately. You're chronoed as Zest is looking for that aggression. And let's take a look at what Dream has seen so far. If you want to check Dream's vision, I'm going to scan over Zest's space here. He has not seen the Robo yet, and he has not seen anything more than Gateway and Cybercore, Grant. This is really bad for Dream, who needs to get something into the main base for a scout. Why isn't he warping in a Sentry to get that hallucinated Phoenix in, Grant? It's just a mistake from Dream.
What? Oh, right, you're joking. Okay, I was confused.
That was a very bad joke. Yes.
Yeah, that shook me for a second, and I was like, Zest doesn't need one. I don't know what's happening.
Why isn't Dream warping in a Sentry? That's a brilliant idea.
Okay, in terms of army supply right now, 16 Marines is a good amount, but there is no factory tech yet. We are actually seeing a 3rd Rax come down here. So there's going to be a lot of Marines. This is now finally been scouted. The blink in. It actually looks like Dream might be prepared for this. And instead, Zest is just going to jump in down here to the natural. Can he get this down? It's so close, Creighton. He does take down that bunker. That's a big, big pickup. And now blinks for days. The Adept in the front taking some extra shots, allowing some extra DPS. Look at the SCVs beginning to fall. A bunker will go up eventually, but it might be too late here, Creighton. There's not enough Marines left.
Yeah, this has been a really interesting choice from Dream. He was going for that 3 racks build with the hopes of doing a little bit of aggression. We didn't note it because we're so busy talking about Zest's build as well. Hard to cover all the action in one breath. But yeah, 3 racks is not a great build against this Blink Stalker thing. Warp Prism! Oh, losing the Warp Prism. Zest actually turns this from a guaranteed win into a bit more of a confusing play here, because this 3 racks build will actually become more powerful in the mid game here. So Dream may have an opportunity to move forward and get some real pressure on, but that's going to shut Zest down very briefly. He can still blink around. He can still be annoying. And if he catches Dream in the wrong place, Grant, he may be able to do some damage. In fact, he might catch Dream here. He knows Dream's army's on the ramp. He could blink up into the main behind us if he so chooses.
He can't.
Wow, he's still going to go for it. Blink Zest micro is so good, Grant.
Yeah. Zest right now blinking Stalkers back 1 or 2 at a time, and look how many workers he's managed to kill. Zest is up to 42 to 29. Now, +1 is done for our Terran player. He does have a 3rd CC. This is possible. Very difficult, though, still. The bunker's going to get targeted down. It's not being repaired. He needed to have the repair on that just to get an extra shot or 2. Combat shields on the way. A forge on the way from Zest, who is preparing to move out of this. But another Prism arriving does mean more and more aggression. This is just going to be heaped on. The CC going to be targeted. Workers cannot be lost anymore here from Dream. He needs every one of them, and he's going to be forced to pull. In terms of army supply right now, there is 8 Marines and 6 Marauders to 19 Stalkers. Sure, these Marines and Marauders have +1, and they have a couple of medevacs, but I just don't know, Creighton. This is too much right now. Too many Protoss units, and with good Blink Micro, it looks like Zest. Not good Blink Micro. He's just going to go. I nearly said something I can't say then. Very deep and pick up this victory.
Yeah, Zest is a player who loves to go deep, Grant. Moving forward with those aggressive lungs, picking off metavacs, and the force field onto the ramp. That is the nail in the coffin here. Dream again. Gonna get outplayed. Zest with the aggression. GG takes the win 2-0.
What did we say? We expected a quick series. We got a very